Thank you for tuning in. I have a comment that I want to address. There was this comment in my one of my video about why our leader Mazen Nandikano and our PM Mazi Simon Ekpa should be released, and not only that, because of how people are seeing both of them. There was this post that I made to say, to explain that our leader Nanikano, as I address him as father and that of our PM as son. And somebody was in comment section saying that Mazi Nanikano is a leader, is a freedom fighter, while Mazi Simon Ekpa is a scammer, and he won Nigeria and the government agents, Nigerian agents, so-called. That is how they put it to be. Now, and I want to clear you in this, because most of the time our problem is what we believe or what we might thought we know. Let me say it by saying you know, not even to understanding. You just, maybe you believe or you know. You have not even reached to that level of understanding. If you have not reached there, be careful in whatever you are putting out, because these are personalities that are very high. The whole world are talking about. They know about them. They know about them. So when you are talking, you're saying anything about these people, be careful, because even as you are like, maybe this person is supporting our leader Martin and he's with him, but Simon no. Why some are even against both of them? Now, coming to this, I want to address this one in my comment section, where he said Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter, while Simon is a scammer. Now, let's go there. As you believe in Nnamdi Kanu to be a freedom fighter, what is it then that Simon was looking for? And when before our leader was kidnapped, he said this man is taking this movement to another level. Everybody must listen to him and share his videos. Not only that, since this man enters into this in that movement, in the movement of that in the movement of this Biafran freedom, a lot of things started changing, and our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw that greatness in him and that zeal to it. When he said you are looking for 100 men, because among all that he has in his cabinet, when then the US people, he didn't find anyone until this man came. He now, in fact, he was impressed and was like, everybody must listen to this man and follow him. Not only that, he was like trying to tell people that he's showing his love for him. Even then, they were like planning, doing it as if, he saw what he wanted. He said, Mazi Simon has 50 men in me. Go and look for 50 other. Now, when they now kidnap our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he took over. When he now took over, people started saying his agent, he was the one that caused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap. But after everything, when his position started coming, as it is happening now, many things that people said were against them, and they begin to see that it wasn't true. Then they are not saying that it's him that made Nnamdi Kanu to be killed. They are now started saying that he's Nigerian jet, that he wants to scatter everything. He should leave the work for DOS and allow them to do the work, that he's not a member of IPUB. Meanwhile, he has taken oath in the house of our leader Mazi Nnamdi. When these DOS people started giving problem of he's not a member, he will not be part of what he took that oath with him. Only him, and I think only him with our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he knows. So when all these things started happening, he now took it upon himself and started fighting like never before. As his father, he was then saying, release my father or I will release the venom on me. If you don't release him, all these things, that's when he started like wanted to carry on with the ESN then, and it's become a problem. Why I'm saying, most people knows this, but for the person that asked me this question, somebody else might be a kind of like you can hear from me now that this is what this man did to tell you that he is not against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or neither did he want to take his position. No, he will not be used because he is not there and live to do what he's supposed to do. If a president is not around, it's the vice that will take over. We are seeing him as the vice. And if the president is not there, the vice continues to be in charge as the president until the president comes back. So our leader, since he is not there, he took over and he was doing the needful. Not only that, he was there doing all his possible best, even to the extent of suing Nigeria to court about for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Who else have done the similar something like that? He sued them, even though that when the time reached for them to go for that court, they removed the file from the file where they filed it, and when they couldn't say, it did not show again as the court they're supposed to have. You see, these people, that country have never for once respect any law that says you. Even the UN said that you should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They did not listen. ICC said their own. They did not listen. Human rights people said there is no. In fact, all that have warned this because that zoo to do the needful, they are not listening. When Mazi Simon now the ESN failed to follow failed. He tried and carried those that followed him and built his own and called them BDF, BLA, and all the Navy and other ones. That is how he grew his own, and nobody was hearing about ESN again. And he now make his own through what Nnamdi Kanu already established. But because some refuse, that they don't want to join him, they are waiting till Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be out. Did you think that if we had been waiting that Mazi Simon did not do anything, that this movement would have been to this level that it is today? Now, when this man started doing things that eyes are seeing, the whole world started shaking. Everywhere we are like, so if he's an agent, why is he suffering? He would have given it up and take the money that he would just use and be enjoying himself. Why is he even suffering in the hands of even Finland up to today, that they are still holding him? He don't have he is not going out as he normally do, or do his brokers, or carry on with the movement that if he didn't want it again, or that he's against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he would have stopped everything, and that vision of Nnamdi Kanu will die. So if you don't get it very well, stop being a kind of confusing people who doesn't understand, because you're a confuser to those who have low mental reasoning. Because ignorance is not an excuse in law. Ignorance is not an excuse in the law court. So if you must be a kind of defend what you are not sure or what you don't understand, you have yourself to blame, or at the end you will regret it. Because I prefer that people will hate me for what they don't understand and later to love me for what they later understand, than to love me what they thought they understand, only to hate me later for what they don't understand. Which one is better? He who laugh last, laugh best. It doesn't matter all the names that they are calling this man now. Even to Nnamdi, for those who doesn't believe on any of themselves. They say that they are destroying Igbo. They are destroying Igbo land. They have caused our people all this death. It's not them. Because their incarceration is because of those people that is against them. You're not using that opportunity, that advantage to be causing omen in the land in their absence. Because had they been when they were around, all this thing wasn't happening. I don't know able mad anyhow na buy. As you go on able man on the European or on the kind and occasion amazing keketa. And the worst part, the painful part of it is that the same thing that happened during the time of ESN is what is happening now. And some people are still like with emotional and all this thing, we are like, they are confused and don't know how to move about it. They feel that if this one ended, that it is over. It is not over, because if you think that it's maybe by armor or maybe by gun or bullet, all these things that you have the power to do whatever, the spirit will tell you that the spirit is in charge. Because when Nigeria will be coming to fight them, when Mazi Simon was around, Musa was telling them that these people are not human beings. You don't see them when you fight them. The spirit is with them then when Simon was around. But now, we don't know what's happening, because since they are not in line with governments, because I will just say my own, how I understand things to be. You cannot tell me that if you are supporting government and you are like government must not must be with people who say that they don't want to be with government. It's another you don't know how the reasoning is, because you cannot force somebody, the two that doesn't agree. Two must agree before they work together. If they don't agree, it's a waste of time to pretend or to feel like let's just try to make peace and go on. If you want peace, it's one person that is wrong that must take correction and do the needful so that peace will reign. If not, go on, you will not get the results. Ask God, why can't they have a, why can't in his infinite mercy, why can't he relate with the devil? Why? He would have forget everything. He has a good conscience. He has a mind of full of love, and that he should forget everything and collaborate with the Satan and demons so that things will be going on in the world. Will it work? I have never heard that there is something that is like God is trying to think or welcome that idea or advice. It has never happened. I have never had. If it works, then that one you are thinking will work as well. There is no way government will follow individual or group. You know what is government? What the only thing that will happen now is that a lot of souls will stay by, and it's a pity. I'm sorry for that. It's painful, because had it been that they use what happened to take correction of what is about to happen again, that ESN will be just a joke. This one is not that it will not come, because already it has come. We have declared on the 29th of November 2024 in Finland, Lahti. So all this thing that is happening, and it can only delay, but it cannot be denied, because already we have gotten what we want. The only thing that is that killings and all these things will take some time before it will now normalize, because once the spirit is not with you, whatever that you are doing it to your own self, because after everything you must pay the price. That's why everybody must be very careful and sincere in whatever you are doing. Because when people will say you people are supporting evil, you are not, because you are not with our men on ground. You are not supporting what we are doing. If the men on ground come to government and say let's do it as when our Mazen Simon was there, but those that Mazen Simon was like wasn't with is who they are now calling as their sponsors and all that. How will it work? How will it work? I don't want to go there, because this one is military side of it. I don't want even to talk there. Let it just be playing the way we are. I'm leaving that one for gods, because the gods of the land doesn't have message for anybody who just turn from good to bad, or when you know the right thing and you are doing it the other way around, because maybe you feel that the money will be coming more from this. Because all that I see in this thing is about money. Because if money has been coming enough to them, they wouldn't have, like, they are looking for the place where money is coming much, which is not what God is looking into. What God is looking into is the truthful person, the right person, and that God that gives you that grace to be winning will continue to give it. But once you you deviate from that truthful line, the God will leave. Even whatever you are doing at that time, later you will regret, and you will face the penalty or the consequences that follows it. I'm just saying my honest truth. Anytime that you are truthful to yourself and ask yourself question, you will see that some people that are saying I cannot leave our men, they are anywhere their eyes where I am, and they are not with the right government. Which government are they with? Group. God of mercy. He is a pity, because later you will see that government is God of any nation that is governing. It can never be, unless this government is not in charge again, or there is no government. If there is no government, anybody can do whatever. But if there is government, it can only take time. It doesn't matter who say otherwise, or that you have money or you have whatever, unless if there is no government. But if there is government, group, it's with time they will go. They will go. So for this person that said Master Simon is an agent, all these things that I'm saying, and can you then reason a little to check some things? Who among all that you thought that is fighting for this freedom have done what Mazi Simon have done? Or is it because of wickedness, or is it because of envy or jealousy? You can no longer see the truth. You can no longer differentiate between the light and darkness. But no problem, whatever, because even explaining this, it seems to me as if I am wasting my energy. But for those who doesn't know it now, that without this man, this movement would have died for long time ago. It would have been over long time ago. And thank God as well for this woman that is in charge now, because if not for her again, when Mazi Simon was taken as well, she took over from him. And this is the woman that are saying he is against Simon. He doesn't want him to be out, or he's the one that is holding him there. Imagine when what Simon wants has been delivered. How will you tell me that if Simon comes out and now what he has been planning for years did not work, how will he feel? Did you know how long it took him? The sleepless night and all many things. And this woman delivered, while others were saying don't deliver. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and say evil against Simon, it will be terrible. And I know it will not happen. Let them come out first. But people will be saying, yeah, no, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he will be against you. Let him come out first. Because when people be saying, what I reply this person that says Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter, why someone is a agent, what I replied him was that the end will justify. Because a lot of people are ignorant of what is going on. That's why I will be calling her that is Chalugo. Regretted, saying if she knew what she know now, she wouldn't have called Mazi Simon a Bedima. If she knew what she's knowing now. But it's late because the video was there. But the only thing is that when you repent, the no time is late for once you are alive. The only thing that might happen is that anything that you did evil, you must pay the price. The price might not be for you, will not, maybe it will not be like you'll be destroying in total. But for people that you confuse and you do not want to know the truth, why didn't you find out? Why didn't you research? Because there is no way that you will research over a lot of things that you will not find out